We get asked quite a bit, what is it to be a humanitarian? To do what you do. Alhamdulillah, Allah has blessed us with the opportunity to do the work that we do. But to be a humanitarian is not something you study for. To be a humanitarian is not a profession, it's not an industry. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, if you're an accountant, if you're a student, irrespective if you're a housewife, doesn't matter. We are all humanitarian. Because what is a humanitarian? Being Muslim, we are humanitarian. It's about serving another human being. Does it mean that you have to go to Afghanistan to be a humanitarian? No. Does it mean that you have to go to Syria to be a humanitarian? No. What does it mean to be a humanitarian? To serve another human being. In everything that you are, you can serve someone. You can leave the masjid here, you could help someone put on their shoes. Not take their shoes, help them with their shoes. And be, you could help someone. You could give a smile, a word of guidance, advice. That's being humanitarian. And we know too well the situation in South Africa where thousands of people need assistance. Yes, it might be with food, blankets, but also just a kind word, a gesture, a phone call, a remembrance. It's about serving another human being. But as I go through today's talk, inshallah, I will share some experiences that we have, that I've experienced in different parts of the world. My topic for today is, what is it to be human? What is it to be human? To be human is to dream, to have a purpose, to live, to be the best person you can be. The best father, husband, friend, confidant, best doctor, accountant, lawyer. Whatever is it, to be the best of who you are is to be human, to have fun, to play, to enjoy. That to cry, to love is to be human. But let us remember to have humanity also in being human. Let us not forget the humanity. And that is so important. To serve another human being. And I'm always reminded, wherever we are around the world, whether I'm sitting with a family in a refugee camp and I get to understand their struggle and their situation inside their tent, I always remind myself that yes, Allah is testing them, but Allah is testing me more than them. Because our Creator, who created the universe and created every situation, good and bad, created success and despair, created that situation too. Does He need me to come from South Africa to change it? Not at all. Why then did Allah take me to a situation? Why then did Allah making you aware right now of the situation of people in need around the world? Because Allah wants us to benefit from it. So Allah can change the situation. Yes, He's testing that person, that individual, but He's testing you and I more. Because you and I know when we go home, we know what we're going home to. You know what we have. So I'm always reminded that we're not doing anybody a favor. That the people we're serving are doing us a favor. Because Allah chose them to test us. And to serve them because we know what we have. To show gratitude in what we have. To serve another human being. For what? For Allah's pleasure. So what is it to be human? What is your human decision that you make on a daily basis? You see, because when our teams climbed up a mountain in Kabul, Afghanistan, recently, a few weeks ago, and it's freezing cold and it's beautiful as you look over those mountains and you see the snow-capped mountains and the sun sets, and when the sun sets, the temperatures drop. With close to 2.5 million widows in Afghanistan and close to 2 million orphans roaming the streets of Kabul, a country ravaged by 4 decades of conflict, 97% of population poverty. And when you climb up those mountains, after you had a good meal, after you're wearing your thermal jackets, You're taking your fluids, you're climbing the mountains, the size of the mountains that we are surrounded by. And you climb up those mountains and you walk into a home, and we call it a home. Maybe it's a 3x3 space the size of this mimbar, and as you walk in, you find there's widows and there's orphans. And there's 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds who are walking down the street collecting garbage, who are being the breadwinners for their homes. You come across a mother who hasn't eaten for days, a widow, and she has 4 orphan children. And maybe that day, she's got some leftovers from maybe some well-wishers or neighbors. As I go through this, I want you to think, what is your human decision? Because as temperatures drop, and in that home, in the mountains of Kabul, Afghanistan, that mother's human decision was for that day, which of her children is going to eat tonight? My brothers and my sisters, what is your human decision? What is our human decision? What is it to be human? For that mother to be human, to feed her children, to sacrifice food for herself, and to decide which of her children will eat tonight. We do not have to make those decisions because Allah has blessed us. But now that we know about it, what is our human decisions? Because as we sit here, there are millions of widows and orphans that tonight our mothers in those mountains will make those decisions tonight. What is our human decision? I remember sitting in a Syrian and Palestinian refugee camp, a Syrian refugee camp just a few weeks ago, on the borders between Syria and Lebanon, in a place called Asal. 122,000 refugees live in this area. You look down in this valley, you just see refugee camps after refugee camps. Refugees living for decades in a tent. When you say a refugee camp, to give you perspective, we go camping for holiday, you stay in a tent, but you stay in a tent for 2 days and 3 days. You know that might be a bit challenging, less comfort, but it's an experience you enjoy. People live in a refugee camp, plastic sheeted tent for more than 10 years. And like I said earlier, the space might be 3x3. I remember sitting in this tent with this family. And in front of me, there's nothing. There's no mattresses, the floor is concrete, there's no clothing, you can't smell food. It's just a tent structure that's not stable. And in front of me was a 2-year-old girl. And her dream is to have an apple. Her dream is to have an apple. She's got 2 brothers, 14 and 50 years old. 14 and 15. The man and Yazan are their names. What is their human decision? Their human decision on a daily basis is to fulfill their dreams of their 2-year-old girl. And they leave their tent with the torn and tattered clothing that they haven't washed in days, and they go through garbage, and they get beaten up, and they get ridiculed. Why? Because they want to bring an apple home for their sister. That is their human decision. My brothers and my sisters, what is your human decision? What is it for you to be a human? Those 2 brothers, share one set of clothing. 14 years old, his hands are big, 3 times the size of mine, because he's collecting garbage every day. It's not about him, he's thinking about his sister. Is Allah testing him? Is Allah testing me? Allah is testing us. Allah can change the situation. Allah chose them to test us. They make the human decisions on a daily basis with full faith and yaqeen that Allah will take care of them. Not that someone will come from South Africa to take care of them, but Allah will take care of them. What is our human decision? Just 2 weeks ago, I was in a refugee camp. It was cold, it was at night. I was wearing my jackets. We were giving out 3 winter rescue items, heaters, fuel. And I met a 75-year-old man, Hamoud, standing next to me. And this man, obviously, I was dressed to keep warm. And here was my father next to me in his thin thobe. It's cold, with his tasbih in his hand. And he says, I wish to die rather than to face the winter season. What is his decision? What is our decision? Behind me in that tent, there was smoke coming out of a tent. Smoke was billowing out of a tent. And I thought, okay, alhamdulillah, at least some people inside this tent have some warmth, only to find out that in that tent, but mothers and children, that our mothers are taking their clothes off their bare backs and burning it to create heat so that their children do not die overnight in those camps. That is the human decision of a mother to keep her child warm. What is our human decision? But like I said, we don't have to go to Syria and Afghanistan. Let's talk about South Africa. Whether it's in Bok Makiri, Sea Winds, or even outside this door. A few weeks ago, I was in a village in the Eastern Cape. I was in one of the townships outside Uitenhage, and I walked into a home, Muslim family. Mother, 4 children, father passed on. Struggling. Children, highly academic, successful at school, but cannot get a job, cannot go study further because of this situation. And that mother's human decision is not to eat so that her children can eat every single day. What is our human decision? You see, this time of the year, we're writing down our goals, our dreams, our wishes, the way forward. We're planning with our families. And we should and we must. And we must follow through. And Allah accept it and grant barakah in that. But in your decisions, in your goals to be human, let it be that every single day, in some way or form, let it be that humanity is also part of your human decision. Let it be that humanity in serving another human being is part of being human. To achieve and work we must. But let it be that serving someone else is also that. Because we know the best of creation are those that serves another human being. Imagine you're sitting right here, Rylands, Cape Town. And through your efforts, whether you share a message or you donate or whatever you do to raise awareness, that someone could be right here in Cape Town or in Afghanistan benefits because you did something, irrespective of value, amount, or effort, or time. Imagine that human being is benefiting from. Is it the tangibles of food that that person receives in Afghanistan that Allah rewards you for? Yes, I'm sure. Allah is merciful. Allah gives us opportunities to benefit in so many fronts. What about the intangibles that we cannot put a price on? What about that mother who wakes up and she's able to receive something because you did something that now she doesn't have to worry? The removal of that worry from her mind, surely Allah rewards you for that as well. That's the intangible. Or the heart that is in pain and you remove that pain from that heart because you did something. No matter where that person is, they don't even know you. But Allah knows you did something because Allah knows. That being is being nourished. That being says, Alhamdulillah. It's thanking the Creator. The Creator knows that you did something. Even if it's dua. Not even if it is dua. Dua is the most important. But then to share and support in whatever way we can is also important. So at this time of the year, we're looking forward to plot the year ahead. And as Ramadan dawns in a few weeks' time, let it be that we're serving others in whatever way we can. Because it is that action of serving another human being. Remember, we're not doing anybody a favor. They're doing us a favor. With these few words, I just wanted to share with you some of the experiences that we encounter right here in South Africa and other parts of the world. And to encourage you, it's not here to promote, again, AMA, but in whatever way you can. Let it be that being human, let it be that humanity is part of being human in your daily lives. Jazakallah khairan, taqabbalallah minna minkum, wa alaykum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Say Jazakumullahu khair al-jaza to our respected Hafiz Hussain for his informative and inspirational talk, encouraging words. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us all the hidayah and tawfiq and the blessing, inshallah. Ameen. It's just the following announcements. First of all, Dua Shifa has been requested for Ridwan Simons, and also Dua Shifa for Haji Muhammad Sayyid Ibrahim Sunday. May also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant those who are sick Shifa'i Kamil and those who have passed on Maghfirah and Jannatul Firdaus, inshallah. Ameen. There's just the following announcements, brothers. The Urus Sharif of Hazrat Khwaja Gharib Nawaz Qaddasallahu Sirra wal Aziz, and Hazrat Khwaja Maulana Abdul Latif Qadi Siddiqi Jisti Nizami Qaddasallahu Sirra wal Aziz will be commemorated here at this masjid from the 2nd until the 5th of February, inshallah. Please see the notice boards, the online media, Facebook and so forth, and the masjid website for further details. A Focus in Salah workshop with Sister Ami Nabi will take place at this masjid on the 21st of January. This workshop focuses on how we can improve our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Salah. The time will be on the 21st of January, time 1:45 p.m. until 4 p.m. Cost 150 Rand per person. Limited seats are available. Please reserve your seat early. Of course, all details will go on the notice board and on online media and the website, inshallah. Shukran. Wa akhiru da'wana, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Just a reminder that you have been requested to please hand out your donations in a dignified manner. Please hand out your donations to the organizations in a dignified manner. Please, at the same time, avoid from handing out food, money, and so forth outside this masjid, outside the perimeters of the masjid, or in the area, as this is causing more confusion and more problems. Jazakumullahu khair al-jaza, wa akhiru da'wana, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين رب اغفر لنا بالخير برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. ونشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا ومرشدنا ومولانا محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد، فقد قال الله تعالى في كلام المجيد: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. واعتصموا بحبل الله جميعا ولا تفرقوا. واذكروا نعمة الله عليكم إذا كنتم أعداء فألف بين قلوبكم فأصبحتم بنعمته إخوانا وكنتم على شفا حفرة من النار فأنقذكم منها. كذلك يبين الله لكم آياته لعلكم تهتدون. ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون. وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: من رأى منكم منكرا فليغير بيده، فإن لم يستطع فبلسانه، وإن لم يستطع فبقلبه، وذلك أضعف الإيمان، أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون، وسلام على المرسلين، والحمد لله رب العالمين.
اللهم اختم لنا بالخير إلهي بحرمة القرآن العظيم والنبي الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين، والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الحمد لله الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأن محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. أما بعد، فقد قال الله تعالى في كلام المجيد: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على عبدك ورسولك محمد صاحب الوجه الأنور والجبين الأزهر، وارض اللهم عن أصحاب أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن سائر أصحاب نبيك أجمعين، والحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين، اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. عباد الله، فاذكروني أذكركم واشكروني ولا تكفرون. أقم الصلاة.
Please move forward. Please fill the Please move forward and fill the gaps. Move forward.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأصحابه وبارك وسلم. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلا، خالدين فيها لا يبغون عنها حولا. قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا. قل إنما أنا بشر مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد، فمن كان يرجو لقاء ربه فليعمل عملا صالحا فليعمل عملا صالحا ولا يشرك بعبادة ربه أحدا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي عنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأصحابه وبارك وسلم. اللهم أنت السلام ومنك السلام وإليك يعود السلام فحينا ربنا بالسلام وأدخلنا الجنة برحمتك دار السلام. تباركت ربنا وتعاليت يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. وإلهكم إله واحد لا إله إلا هو الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. سبحان الله.